Told me to say this, I'm just going to say it with conviction. The next performer coming to the stage is the man with the punchable face. Please give it up for Austin Joseph.
I never told her to say that. That was pretty mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. So people often tell me that I look like Dave Chappelle, so I'm gonna try and do something he did off his last special and tell you the punchline up front and then tell you the joke and see if it still lands. So the punchline is D's farts, all right? So that's the kind of intellectual comedy you're getting tonight, folks. So if the joke doesn't land, it's because I already told you the punchline, and if it does, it's the most clever fart joke you've heard in quite some time. So, did y'all enjoy that super blood wolf moon the other night? Yeah? What nerd came up with that name for that eclipse? I imagine there's just two scientists sitting in the lab, like mixing potions, or whatever scientists do. And Neil looks at Ernest while they're, coming up with names for the eclipse, and he notices that he's wearing one of those super dope, like wolf howling at the moon graphic tees. And he's like, Ernie, I've got a great idea. So I'm trying to figure out what is the most disappointing thing. Is it the super blood wolf moon? Is it the blinding Great American Eclipse of 2017, which actually happens to be the monster at the end of, what's that movie on Netflix? Bird Box? Yeah. Spoiler alert. Or is it the other day when I was really excited to tell my fiance, she's in the crowd, hey you, that our house finally smells like us, which like every house has that unique smell. And then she looked at me, she's like, oh really, when you say us, what exactly do you contribute to that smell? And I was thinking, I was like, well, technically the candles are hers. Technically she does all of the cooking. Technically she's the one who wears the perfume. So then it hit me, and I looked up at her with shame. And she was like, well, and then she slapped me, lifted her leg, and ripped a fart. And she's like, how about these farts? See, that's some misdirection for you. See, if I would have said that the smell was D's farts and it was coming from me, that wouldn't have been clever, but because I put it on her, which she doesn't actually fart, and I'm the one who does most of the farting in the house, it was very intellectual. So you guys will get that later, don't worry about it. You ever get too much value for your money? I bought toilet paper at Costco the other day, and not only did I get 94 rolls of toilet paper, the rolls themselves were too girthy to fit on my toilet paper stand, so I had to put them on the back of my toilet like some sort of savage. And now I can't have anybody over because it's... Fun fact, I was 18 before I learned that some people wipe while sitting down. And the only reason I learned that is because my college dorm stalls were so short that my tall ass was just doing my business and just looking people in the eye as they walked by. And then one guy had the nerve to be like, dude, what are you doing? Because apparently he didn't know that some people wipe standing up. This was a huge revelation for both of us. So then I had to ask him, what are the logistics of wiping sitting down? How do you reach your hand back there? And how do you make sure you're not dipping your hand in the water and stuff? So he told me, and I was like, all right, I gotta try this. So I did, and then the one time I did, I leaned over and the seat shifted and I smacked my head against the wall. So that was the last time I tried that. So now I kind of do a half squat so I can hide the shame in my face. And if it's a post-Chipotle ordeal, I can actually skip leg day completely that week. So I'll leave you guys with this. The Fart Joke Comedian is going to leave you with some thoughtful life advice. If you join a table with a group of people that are sitting down, just sit down. Nobody cares how long you've been sitting or that you've been sitting all day, just sit your ass down, all right? If you're going to the dentist, don't bother lying about your flossing routines because it's really hard to lie. Like, yeah, I floss every day with a mouthful of blood. They can tell that you don't floss. And if you're going to be intolerant, be lactose intolerant. If you're going to be racist, hate anything longer than a 5K. And if you're going to be ageist, hate millennials, because they're the only ones that are going to bastardize Dave Chappelle and try and make a joke about D's farts. All right, thanks guys, I'm Austin Miller.